Hello everyone, welcome back to Senior Health Essentials, your go-to channel for practical, science-backed tips to help us all live longer, feel stronger, and stay sharp through our golden years. Have you ever glanced in the mirror and wondered, who is that staring back at me? What if I told you that the face reflected isn't just a few more wrinkles or a few more gray hairs? Imagine waking up one morning and feeling like your body suddenly belongs to someone else entirely. It's a strange, unsettling sensation when you realize the person looking back has quietly changed over the years. Maybe you woke up this morning and reached for your glasses, only to see smile lines you don't remember earning or a scattering of silver strands you didn't notice before. Aging isn't just about the obvious signs, those fine lines around your eyes or that first gray hair sprouting above your temple. It's about the small, soul-stirring shifts that creep up on you when you least expect them. A twinge in your lower back when you bend to tie your shoes, or a moment when you catch yourself stretching more often, not because you're preparing for another workout, but because your muscles ache. I remember the first time I looked at an old photograph from my 30s and thought, is that really me? It felt like staring at a stranger's face, even though I recognized the eyes and the laugh lines. There's no warning label on life that says, caution, you won't recognize yourself in 10 years. You just wake up one day, and reality hits. You can't bounce back from a late-night pizza or pull an all-nighter without paying a price. That heartburn that follows a slice of pepperoni pizza now? It's your body's way of saying, hey, slow down. And yet, inside, your mind still brims with the same dreams, ambitions, and restless energy you had decades ago. You want to travel, learn new skills, spend time with loved ones, but somehow, your body hits the brakes before your spirit even squeezes the accelerator. That disconnect between body and mind can be frustrating. You might remember the days when a sunrise hike was effortless or when you could dance until dawn without a second thought. Now, you find yourself pouring coffee at sunrise just to summon the energy to get through the day. Carrying groceries sometimes feels like running a marathon. It's as if time itself whispered gently in your ear and said, slow down, friend. But here's the truth many of us don't admit aloud. Aging isn't all about loss and limitation. Yes, our bodies change and our energy levels shift, but with each challenge comes a new understanding. You start to notice the little victories. Waking up and realizing you can still tie your own shoes without wincing, or that you manage 10 extra minutes of yard work without feeling spent. You learn to cherish that morning cup of coffee, not just for the caffeine, but for the warmth and the ritual. You begin to appreciate a quiet evening at home over a noisy night out. If you're ready to explore these life truths, both the hard hits and the unexpected joys, stick around. Hit that subscribe button now, and let's navigate this journey together. In the videos ahead, we'll dive deeper into the realities of getting older, from physical changes and emotional ups and downs to finding newfound wisdom and purpose. Because although the face in the mirror keeps changing, the heart behind it still has stories to tell, lessons to learn, and plenty of life left to live. Let's embrace every wrinkle, every memory, and every moment. You know that moment when you reach for coffee before the sun's even up because your body simply won't wake without it? That's the first sign that things don't bounce back the way they used to. A late-night slice of pizza that once felt like freedom now triggers heartburn that lingers all morning. Sleeping and feels elusive. Your back protests if you stay in bed too long, and grogginess clings to you like a stubborn fog. Suddenly, climbing a flight of stairs or carrying groceries feels like an unexpected workout. Muscles ache, joints crack, and you catch yourself saying, wow, that used to be easy. But here's the catch. Your mind hasn't slowed down. You still wake up with ideas bubbling, travel destinations you've always dreamed of, hobbies you want to pick up, books you've put on your reading list for years. You remember 20 years ago, running a mile felt effortless, and staying out until dawn was no big deal. Now, the idea of a late night makes you cringe. You wonder how you ever partied until the sun came up. That disconnect between your body's limitations and your mind's vibrant energy can be frustrating. You feel like a caged bird, your spirit ready to soar, but your body tapping the brakes. Then there's the emotional toll. Over time, life hands you wins and losses. Friends move away. Some drift into the background while others pass on. Family members you love grow older or leave this world, and you feel each loss like a tiny crack in your heart. You try to fill those cracks with new memories, vacations, gatherings, or maybe a hobby to distract yourself, but the scars remain. When you hear about someone your age falling ill or passing away, it hits you hard. Could that be me someday soon? Suddenly, you're reflecting on choices you made, career paths you took or didn't, relationships that flourished or faltered, chances you passed up. The what-ifs swirl in your mind. Did you settle for less? Would life have been different if you chased that startup idea or moved across the country?
Society doesn't make this easier. We're told we should have it all figured out by a certain age. A stable job, a home, maybe kids or grandkids. If you don't check those boxes, you feel like an outlier. That pressure suffocates. Am I running out of time? You wonder, as if life were a race against an invisible clock. And relationships? They change, too. Your circle of friends shrinks. People move away for work or family. Others get caught up in their own lives. Making new friends feels tougher without the convenience of school or college hallways. You long for deep connections. Those effortless conversations where you can be yourself without pretending. When those connections fade, loneliness creeps in, and you quietly question your worth. To make matters more complicated, social media shows highlight reels. Friends traveling the world, grandchildren grabbing headlines with their achievements, neighbors renovating dream homes. You scroll and see perfect lives, forgetting that everyone has hidden struggles. It's easy to feel inadequate. Why haven't I accomplished as much? And before you know it, you're caught in a toxic comparison trap, zapping your self-esteem. But wait, there's a silver lining. Aging brings wisdom. You start understanding what truly matters. Savoring a warm cup of coffee on a crisp morning, losing yourself in a good book, or simply sitting quietly with loved ones. You learn to be selective about how you spend your time, realizing it's perfectly okay to say no to obligations that drain you. Prioritizing your happiness over societal expectations feels liberating. The insecurities that plagued your youth begin to fade. You accept that nobody has it all together. You embrace your quirks and imperfections as part of what makes you uniquely you. Developing self-love becomes an ongoing journey. As your body and emotions shift, you realize that self-acceptance isn't a destination but a daily practice. So, if your knees creak a bit when you stand or you need that extra jolt of caffeine, remember, your mind and heart still brim with life. Aging may bring its challenges, but it also offers clarity, perspective, and the freedom to be unapologetically yourself. You know, I've shared a lot today about the aches, the changes, and the little surprises that come with getting older. But here's the truth. If any of this resonates with you, you're not alone. Every wrinkle we gain, every twinge in our joints, every memory of someone we've lost, these experiences aren't just ours. They're shared by countless others. Maybe your neighbor feels the same frustration when their knees don't cooperate, or a friend struggles with the loss of someone they held dear. The power of simply talking about these feelings can be immense. When we open up about our fears and hopes, we connect with others who truly understand what we're going through. That bond, the knowledge that someone else has walked a similar path, brings comfort, healing, and even laughter when you least expect it. Aging isn't a solitary journey. It's a community voyage. And yes, while the physical challenges can be tough, whether it's bending down to tie your shoes or deciding if that extra cup of coffee is worth the heartburn, You also discover the beauty that each year adds to your life story. Think about the wisdom you've gained, that you don't have to follow every social expectation, that it's okay to choose your own path, and that your worth isn't measured by milestones or accomplishments, but by the relationships you cultivate and the moments you cherish. Maybe you'll decide to take that pottery class you've always talked about, even if your hands tremble a little. Or perhaps you'll reach out to an old friend you've lost touch with, knowing that authentic connections can make the world feel a little warmer. Remember, getting older isn't just about the candles on the birthday cake. It's about the lessons you've learned, the stories you've collected, and the people who've walked beside you, whether for a short stretch or for decades. Every laugh line comes from a moment of pure joy. Every gray hair tells a story of perseverance and resilience. Your journey is unique, and the tapestry of your life becomes more beautiful with each passing year. Now, if this conversation has struck a chord with you, if you've ever felt the sting of a loss, the frustration of slowing down, or the exhilaration of discovering new passions, then I invite you to stick around. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you won't miss the videos ahead. We've got more discussions coming up about how to embrace each stage of life, find fulfillment in unexpected places, and connect with others on this shared journey. Trust me, you don't have to face these changes alone. Together, we'll navigate the highs and lows, celebrate the small victories, and toast to the beauty that life brings, no matter our age. So here's to us, all of us walking this path of growing older with curiosity, courage, and compassion. Click subscribe, and let's face it together. There's so much more to explore, and I can't wait to continue this journey with you. Cheers to embracing the adventure ahead, one day, one laugh, and one memory at a time.